Alrighty, how's it going, everybody? 01 of 1 back again. We are on Vulcan, and this is Stationeers, and yeah. We were working on more of our programming stuff, I believe. And I think we got some of the stuff like hooked up, but not all of it. Yeah, this was just to get the active vent to turn on at the same time as the composter. And then for the composter to only turn on when we've got at least 3 things in there. Okay, good. All right. Well, we should probably see if we have more potatoes, right? We got ferns, 15 potatoes. Okay, not enough yet. I'm just taking like stacks of 20 out because, you know, keeps the vending machine kind of clear, I guess. Are our immortal ferns still immortal? Yep, our immortal ferns are still immortal, apparently. Power is looking a little eh. Then I could probably put in these things. Let's see. So, oh, I'm getting blown around. There's a lot of wind in here, which is great, and I love it. Because, you know, greenhouse should be, you know, windy inside. Because, did you know that if you don't give plants wind, they actually grow up very, very, very weak? And then, like, you know, once they're fully grown or whatever, like, the slightest bit of wind will make them just, like, topple right over. Yep. Learned that firsthand. Okay, so now that we've got that sort of set up, the next thing that we have to do is to run this, but only when we have fuel. But I suppose we have to make the fuel first, so we should probably, well, hold on, let's see. So if we have at least 40 megapascals in here, don't make fuel, right? So we should probably set that up first. So, yeah, that should be fine. Okay, and then that'll be for the composting right there. Sorry, I'm just organizing the coding in my head before I actually write it out, so that way, like, I debug ahead of time. That way I make less mistakes once I actually write things out. Okay, so we need to get in the tank, which means that we need to define the tank, and then we need to label the tank. All right, so let's get all of that set up first. Nope, not that. I need this. Good. Tank HHO. Okay, good to go. All right, and that's an insulated tank, right? I think it's insulated. I think all of these are insulated. Okay, so tank insulated. We're gonna borrow this right there. Okay, and then we're gonna throw that up here. So define tank as that. Now, therefore, whenever I type in tank, it refers to that hash number right there. All right, so then I have to load up more values. I'm kind of wondering, because I can't really have too many conditional things in here because then it'll skip around the coding too much. And then, let's see, I can't use, oh, I suppose I could reuse varx because I'm setting it here, so I could set it ahead of time too. Oh, but then it would have to be, this would have to start up like after this or before it. I mean, I don't really know, like what order do we need to go into? No idea. Okay, so let's just throw in another variable then. Alias variable y, that's going to be R2. All right, and then we're going to lbn into var y. Device hash is going to be tank-hho. There we go, and then we're going to look at the quantity. Hang on, let me check some values here. I am hitting all of the wrong buttons. Sorry, Okay, I'm hitting Alt, right? Yeah. That's what was messing me up, is I'm holding down Alt and it was like still moving the screen around rather than moving that around. Weird. Okay, so I need this thing, and I need to have the configuration thing in there, so let's go into this one. All right, so it'll just be under pressure then. Okay, that's fine. So this is going to pull from the pressure, and then batch mode is going to be 0, which is average, so that'll be fine. Okay. So that gets us the pressure here. And then I suppose it kind of depends. Well, actually, you know what? I don't really have to do it right here. Like I'm trying to get like all the get values like in the right place, but this is like get values for like composting. So let's just do this as like compost code, because I'm gonna have to run like a bunch of code here, like all together. And then this will be end of compost code, and then start a new one. So this will be start fuel code. Okay. Now load batch. No, let's just paste it in there, right? There we go. Okay. So, and then we can go back to var x, because var x is no longer needed right here, because we'll have done everything that we need to with that. Okay. And then, let's see, I'm going to need some sort of... and then this I actually don't need in there anymore. So it's just some debugging code. But that does not need to be there. And then if that's the case, I could just get that out. And just get this out. Because I know that this little section of code works. So that's pretty much all we need to do there. Okay. Now, I need this. Get values fuel, I guess. And then this is get values for compost. And this will jump back to wherever it needs to go. So we'll start from the beginning. So maybe we'll put in a start here. And then throw the yield down here, and then do the coding after that. Because then we can go back to start, right? Which then I think is more descriptive. And then if we need to jump, between these things, I can. Let's see. So what's the other things that we need to do? We're gonna need to get values for water. And then get values water cooling. Or I could just call it compost instead of get values, because, obviously I'm getting the values, but why? What? Okay. We can probably get rid of this. I'm trying to, save room if I can, because I only have so many lines. And I need to be able to fit all of this into here. So we'll call that fuel, water making, and then water cooling. Okay, so water making, that's going to be if we have enough fuel again. So that's going to be another LBN potentially. And then let's see. What did I just see something fly past me? I thought it was red. It's weird. Anyways, back into here. Okay, so then water maker, that's got to look at the that guy down there. And then is that loaded into here? Advanced composter, no device. It is not. Okay, so I think I'm going to load that into here because it's like the only device there. So that's going to be analyzer, filtration, fuel mixer, H2 combustor. There we go. So that'll be D1. All right. Let's see, alias combustor. D1? I don't know. So we'll put that in there. And then I don't know if I'm going to need anything else. I could do, you know, one of these things for the fuel mixer. I do know that I'm going to need a couple of these for the gas analyzer and the water analyzer or liquid analyzer. So let's look that up. Analyzer. Okay, that'll be for the gas. All right. Then define G analyzer as that. And then so we're going to need the liquid analyzer, which is that. Okay. Let's see. So define L analyzer. There we go. And then gas mixer. I think that might be a device because it's not going to be like a specific named thing, whereas all of these are going to be named. And then I've got multiples of them. Oh yeah, and I'm going to need this filtration here too. Yeah, this needs to be renamed to filtration steam. This is filtration N2. I could just call this H2O, right? H2O. Yeah, and then all of this is just kind of in here. That's just going to stay as it is. That's our liquid pipe analyzer. We have like so many of these things. And this liquid volume pump, that's also going to have to be, oh, that has to be in this setup over here. Okay. See, this is why we test these things. Wait, is all of this connected through there? I think it is. Getting some potatoes out of here. Good. Are immortal ferns dying yet? Nope. They are immortal. All right. And I probably should make it so that way this thing turns on when all of that turns on as well. So let me throw that in here, and that's going to be filtration N2. So I'm going to need a filter. Okay. Nope. 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 Okay, so it's not called a filter. Atmospherics. And then that can make filtration. Okay. Whatever, dude. All right. And then, let's see. So this will be define filter as that. Okay, good. And then this is going to be set batch named filter hash, and then that's going to be on. That's going to be from. Wait, is that correct? Yeah. On, and then var x, var var x. There we go. So set batch filter name. So this is going to be filter comma n2. Okay. Confirm. Let's take this out of here. Export. Throw it back in. We have errors. Line 22. What's going with line 22? LBN tank HHO. Why you know like? Oh, device hash and then the name hash. Okay, so the device hash for this is going to be tank. There we go. Confirm. Export. And we're happy again. All right, so that should be turning this off. Potentially. Unless this isn't running back to start. It should be running back to start. Oh, filtration N2. Okay, that's why. Wrong name. Filtration. There we go. Confirm. Export it a couple times just to be sure. There we go. And it turns off. All right, so that should save us a little bit more power. And that way it'll only be on when the active vent is on. So that is going to mean that we'll have like trace amounts of gas in the pipe once everything, you know, shuts down, but that should be fine. Drinking my Pepsi from lunch, and I'm probably not even a quarter of the way through it yet. It's probably going to take me a couple of days to drink this thing. All right. Okay, so composter, that's all set up. This, I think that can just stay on. I don't think that uses very much power. Let me see if we have 20. We do. Okay, good. So we will vend. And then this gets to go into here. That'll turn everything on. Hey, there we go. Nice. All right, so that will just kind of go and do its thing. Okay, so that part is good to go. All right. And then for this part, if we turn that on, this also needs to turn on at the same time. And then from here, I think we can just kind of leave it. I mean, we'll monitor the temperature at that point. But I'm gonna need like a programmatic latch. So like a latch is something that like you close and like it stays closed until you open it, and it'll stay open until you close it, right? So like physically that's easy to do, right? But programmatically, eh. So I think we're gonna need a Boolean. So we will set that alias bool latch, and that's just going to be used for whatever. Now, Boolean is just the true false value, so this will either be a 1 or a 0. I mean, granted, when we put it in there, it's going to be, I don't know what this is, integer value, single, double. I'm not sure what the actual value this program language uses. But for this, I'm going to use it as if it was a Boolean. So, okay. So we're going to check to make sure that we have enough, we don't have too much fuel. And of course, that's for the fuel making only. So it's going to be like a separate thing. And the water making and the water cooling, those are also going to be separate things. So that's why I have them separate, which makes sense. Okay, so water making. We need to make sure that we have several different things all arranged properly, right? So we are going to var x Because, I mean, this will load into there. So I could use var x again, as long as I don't change it. But I don't know if I'm going to change it or not. Okay, so then what are all the things that we have to check? We have to make sure that we have enough fuel. I don't think we're going to have to worry about having too much water. And then the only other thing that we would have to worry about is too much pressure in the pipes. But that will also be taken care of in the water cooling. Assuming that we take care of it in the water cooling, we don't forget it somehow. Okay, so let's say that we have to have 100 kilopascals in there to start, right? So we're going to do an if so set greater than, and this will go into the bool for the latch, because this will set either a 1 or a 0. And then that is going to be the thing that we check versus what we want it to be greater than. Okay, so then this will be var x, which is going to be our fuel pressure. And we want that to be greater than 100. And then if it is, then we can set that. So that would be, let's see, that's going to be, yeah, I'm going to have to set that to the filter. So set batch named filter, let's see, hash. I have to make sure I get the right name for it. That'll be on, I guess, and then, no, that'll be for the bool latch. Okay, so let's do that. Okay, so filtration H2O. All right. Filtration, comma, H2O. It was a comma, right? I think so. I need to be more standard with either hyphens or commas. That'll make remembering what's all there a little easier. Okay, so if we're over 100, that'll turn on that. And then we're also going to want to turn on the combustor. So set to the combustor on to bool latch. My right contact is blurry, and I don't know why. It's weird. I think we're good now? Okay. Wow, everything is very clear now. Okay. So that'll turn both of these on if the fuel is over 100. And then as soon as we drop under 100, it should turn everything back off. Okay. So we could try that and see how if it works. Of course, that'll shove all of that into here, and we should be able to put in quite a bit. And of course, as it, you know, condenses, it'll go into here, and there's plenty, I mean, plenty of room in there for water and stuff. So if we take this and we export it a couple times, throw it back in there, it should turn on. So that's now on. This is not on. That's not great. Crap, you need to be on, sir. Wait, is that not on? No, that's on. So why didn't that turn on? Filtration H2O. Bool latch. Let's set the bool latch to set db setting. Sorry, bool latch. Confirm. Okay. Bool latch is 1. Okay, good. So that'll just go through here and make all of this stuff. So the whole process should be automatic. And we are getting no increase in temperature, which is great. So it was that thing. Maybe it was that thing. Either that or it was the little inline tank. It was one of those things that was putting out a ton of heat. And now we have no heat. So great. Okay, and that is going to be running for a while. I suppose that is all done. Yep, that's all done. Okay, did it make it through everything? Yes, it did. Wonderful. All right, so that's doing a thing. Good. I wonder if there's a way to check the filter levels, because if this is working and we don't have filters in here, that could be bad. Like explosion bad. I wonder if there's a way to check that. Filtration. Would that be, I think I know what that would be. That would be a slot read. And this doesn't show me what the slots are, so. Unless there is no way to check that. That would kind of suck. I'm not exactly sure how that would work. I don't know, let me know in the comments. Is there a way to check these values? Like to check the filter inside of them to make sure that they're, you know, greater than 0%? I kind of want to get like a slot reader just to see if I can set it up. So I'm going to go make one real quick. I need to get water anyways, so it should be fine. Of course, that's using up a lot of power. We'll get water first. Alright, and then we'll drop our lovely suit off. Have it be emptied. Alright. Then we'll eat some french fries because we like french fries. Drink some water because we like water. We'll even take a shower. And I have given myself a promotion to commander by wearing this uniform commander uniform. Waiting for the chug 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 to go away. There we go. Okay. I don't think I need to worry about my oxygen at all because it's filling up, just having it in there, which is great. Like, I love having this, like, suit rack thing. I should have implemented this, like, sooner. And we're at 60% on that. Okay. But none of the extra stuff is on yet, so hopefully it turns on when we need it. We shall see. Okay, so, right, these things. That is for the air conditioning units, so that way they'll only turn on when they need to. So I'll need to work on that. And then it's going to be logic I/O. Just going to need one of those, I think. Set it up, see how it works. There we go. Are you still alive? You're still alive. Okay. All right. So now these guys will each get their own little code to run. We'll have a primary one that will run basically all the time. And then we will have a... Oh, geez. What was that? Quit Tessa just subscribed. Welcome. Happy to have you here. All right. And then those will just go, instead of on off, they'll just be active inactive. So that's what's going to happen there. All right. So next thing. Let's see. I'm going to need the slot reader. There we go. I don't know if we can actually read off the slots in here or off of a filter to figure out like what the, you know, physical filters inside the filtration unit are doing, how they're doing, if they're doing. All right, but we can test it. And then how are you doing? 1.92 megapascals. Okay. We're still at 26 in here, which is great. And then this is 241 kilopascals. We still have a lot to go through. Like a lot. Okay. So if we set this to filtration H2O, gas filter 1, gas filter 2, so there are two sections here. So we have gas filter and gas filter. They're both called the same thing. I don't know if that's occupant hash, occupied, prefab hash, quantity. What is that going to read? Ooh, 86. Okay, so that does actually work. Okay, good. Now, how do I reference a slot in the code? And I believe that means we have a storm coming in. No? I just saw a flash of light for no reason. Okay. Well. Now, of course, I could have the slot reader read this and just have like two of them. And then, you know, have the program read off of the slot readers. But I wonder if there is a way in code to read off of the slot. Is there, I have no idea if there's even a way to do that. Oh, there is. Okay, so LBNS. So you just put an S at the end of it. Okay. So if I looked at the average of the slots, that would be interesting. So then, you know, I can use this, get like an average or something like that. And then I'd have to put them in here somewhere. Load slot logic slot type to device on device to register. But I'm gonna need the named one. Slot index though, like how am I gonna know like what that is? Especially if they're both called the same thing, like how do I tell it like which one to look at, you know? Okay, so let's think about this real quick. So water making, we have to check the filters. So LBNS. We're going to load this into, let's call this filtration instead. Filtration. Okay. Oh, I can't do that. I guess filtration is a saved word that I can't use. I guess we'll call it G filtration. Okay. Should work. So gas filtration, I guess. And then I'm gonna need a, let's see, alias filter 1 as R3. I could just could have just kept it as filter, and then that would reference the actual unit, and then filter 1, filter 2 are the, you know, smaller whatever things. Yeah, and then alias filter 2 goes into R4, and then pool latch, that could be R5. All right. So LBNS, so we're going to load into, let's see, filter 1 from the filter with the name filtration H2O. Logic slot type is going to be gas filter. No? Logic slot type. Wait, can I get average out of that? Filtered? No. Hang on. Okay, so I need to figure out how this thing is. Oh, wait, don't you need like the index, right? Connection. So 2 connections, input, output, and then pipe waste. Then we have connection. Oh, no, I think that's the electrical connections. And I think these are just like normal things, not slot items. So how do I get the slot items to read? Okay, so if I look up, index is 0. So index 0 and 1. Type is gas filter. Okay. Let's try that, I guess. Let's see, gas filtered. No? Okay. So we have filter 1, we have the device hash as filter, we have the name hash, and then we have to get the slot index. So that's going to be 0, I guess. And then we have to get the batch mode, which is going to be average, doesn't matter. So we'll put that in there. And then we have to LBNS again into filter 2, filter hash, filtration H2O, and this will be index 1, grabbing the average, okay. And then I need to actually run the average. So AVG, no. Do we have like an average function? Average. We do not, okay. Okay, so once we have that, and we have the filter 1 and filter 2 in here, then we have to add them together, divide by 2. So let's see, add into filter 1. I guess that's where we'll store it. Filter 1 and filter 2. Oh, wait a minute. What is that going to actually give us? Okay, let's take out this because I'm pretty sure this is working just fine. So let's set to here. Let's see, setting filter 1. I need to know like what that's giving me here. Oh wait, no, logic. So we need the slot index first, then the logic slot type. Okay. So I'm missing something, so this isn't going to work anyways. And that's going to be quantity. Okay. So after this we go quantity. Quantity. If I could type. There we go. And we will confirm. You are turned off. Good. And we just dropped under 100, so that's good. This did not turn off. Filtration, comma, H2O. Now is that H2O or H20? H2, that needs to be capital O. I need to check it in here because they look similar. Ah, there you go. See, that's where I made the mistake. So if you see the difference between a 0 and an O, it's easy to see like this, but when you're looking at it from like a distance, not exactly so easy. So that is why it didn't turn off or on the first time. So that'll be good. Export, hopefully there are no issues. And that is reading 80. And that is what that one is at. Okay, good. Okay. And then, just for funsies, we're going to have it read number 2 here. Export. It's at 97. 97, perfect. All right, how are we doing here? We are still... Okay, we're at 100 degrees, so that is still just kind of dropping off some water. And then in here, we have 6 liters. Nice. And we're at 418 Kelvin. It's a little warm. Is it warm over here? Not even anything. Huh. Oh wait, no. That's... Oh, right. We have that in here too. So that'll be from the 100 degree water to the 25 degree water. So that's why we're getting nothing out of this, because we're not putting anything in there yet. And that's at 299, so that is exactly what we need that to be. So what I can do here is then drain that out. Okay, and now we should have a couple liters in here. There you go, 3 liters. Perfect. And it's good temperature too. Excellent. We like it. Okay. Wait, did I turn that off? Yeah, I did. Okay, good. All right, so there is that. Let's see. So we have that, we have that. I wish I could grab like both of these and just get an average. But I don't think that's the thing that I can do. Okay, so what we're going to do then is we're going to add into filter 1, and we're going to add filter 1 to filter 2, and then we're going to divide filter 1. Well, we're going to put it into filter 1, and then we're going to divide filter 1 by 2. And then we're going to set into dB, into the setting, filter 1. And that should be the average of the 2 filters together. So let's grab that out of here. And we get an average of 88.5. And then, let's see, so that's going to be 17 different. And then 17 divided by 2 is 8.5. So then 80 plus 8.5 is 88.5. There we go. Perfect. Okay. So now that we have the average, we're going to need a check. So we can put that into var y maybe. So set if greater than, I don't know, yeah, set greater than. We're going to put this into var y. And then we're going to look at filter 1, which is now the average. And we want to make sure that that is above 1%. Does it have to be an actual percent? 0.01 and 0.01. Oh wait, no, because we read it and it was 88.5, right? So that's going to be whole numbers as a decimal. Okay, yeah. So then we want it to be at least 1%. That means that it, or over 1%. And then as soon as it becomes not 1%, okay, and then the bool latch. So now we're going to have to do an and with the var x and the var y. So that'll be and. We're going to throw it into var x because that's what we're using. And then var x and var y. Okay, so here we're checking to make sure that var x and var y are both 1, right? If they are not, this will turn off. And then set greater than bool latch var x. This is greater than 100. No, that's crap. Hang on. Okay, so var x is up here, and our pressure is greater. Oh, right, we have to check the bool latch. That's not going to work. Okay. So this just has to be a Boolean value then. So we'll do alias bool x as R5, and then alias bool y as R6, and then bool latch can be R7. Okay. Let's go in here again. All right, so we're dividing this by this. Set greater than, okay, so this is going to be bool x. Filter 1 is greater than 1. So that'll give us either a 1 or a 0 into here. And then we're going to need a bool y. And that's if our var x, which is up here, our tank pressure, is over 100. That'll give us either a 1 or a 0 in bool y. And then I have to do the and function, and we're going to store this into bool latch. And that'll be bool x and bool y. So basically we're just moving a whole bunch of 1s and 0s around. So 1 means good to go, 0 means not good to go. Okay. So if our filter, if our average filter is at least 1%, we're good to go. If it is less than that, that means that one of those is down to 0, which means it has to be repaired or replaced, whatever, one of the two. But basically what this is going to do is if we don't have the filter in there, I can't actually force anything out. Right, so then that's going to build up pressure from the H2 combustor inside that pipe until it explodes. And that would, depending on which window busted, either the upper one or the lower one, that would be a very bad day for everyone. Sorry, taking a drink. Okay. So that's going to be our bool x, right? That's checking our filters. Now, our var x is checking our tank pressure for our fuel to make sure that it's at least 100 kilopascals. So if it is at least 100 kilopascals, this becomes a 1. If it is less than 100 kilopascals, this becomes a 0. Okay. So again, if our filter is at least 1%, this becomes a 1. If it is less than that, it becomes a 0. And then if our fuel pressure is above 100 kilopascals, this becomes a 1. If it is below, it becomes a 0. And then the AND function here. So if we have a 0 and a 0, the AND will return a 0. If we have a 0 and a 1, the AND will return a 0. If we have a 1 and a 0, this will still return a 0. And then if we have a 1 and a 1, meaning that everything is good to go, then it will go through here. And it'll set the bool latch to a 1. And then once we have our latch over here set to a 1, that will stay on here. Yeah. So basically we're just checking a couple of things, and if everything is kind of lining up and looking good, then we'll turn things on. Otherwise, don't. And then I've got that set up for both the filtration and also the combustor. Combustor like needs nothing. Like you just turn it on, as long as it's got fuel, you're good. Filtration though needs the filters to be good, so we need to make sure that we check those and make sure that they don't do anything they're not supposed to, because that would be bad. Okay, now I should probably do the same thing over here to check the nitrogen filters. So we'll just put this over here like that. Okay, so basically we just need to copy both of these lines, well basically all of the lines, and then this gets copied. Now this is going to be the N2 filter, or filtration unit, whatever you want to call it. And then this is exactly the same because we're still checking for the same thing. And then, so this is just giving us an average. I wish there was a better way to get an average. Like AVG, no. Not a number, interesting. I just want to see if there's like a way to do an average in here. A cos add absolute, no. And a sine a tan. BAP. Bunch of branches. I don't care about the branches. I just want to get an average, like a mean, median, mode. Probably not mode. I think mode is a reserved word. No. Nope. So we have a seek. That's interesting. Cosine, divide, exponent, floor, get. That could be interesting. Halt and catch fire. That one's always funny. Jump execution to line A. Okay. All right, and then that's just a load. These are all loads. Log, LR, load reagent. Huh. Okay, so max, min, mod. So it returns the remainder. Move, multiply. Not, or, peek, poke, pop, push, put. Putted, rand, rmap, round, SAP. This is all like selecting stuff or setting. Sleep. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to find it in here. I don't think there is something specifically for doing an average. Nope. I mean, that was pretty much everything, and it wasn't there, so that'll be fine. Okay, so filter 1, filter 2 by 2, okay. Now, there's actually a couple different ways that you can do averages. So you can do a square one, square the other, add them together, and then do a square root of the two. And there's also the add them together and then divide by the number that you're adding. So Another way to do it. Do they actually come out with the same value? So let's say we have 4 and 4, right? So it should come out to be 4. So if you have, oh, square root will not. Wait, no, yeah, it will. Because 4 squared is 16, 16, 16 is 32. Square root of 32 is not 4. Okay, so I guess that won't work. I think that's if you're working in a different mode of math, like if you're doing trig. I think that kind of comes more in handy there. Okay, anyways. What do we want to do here? Yeah, we just want to make sure that the filters are good. So we can do bool x. I am setting the bool x, right? Yeah, this will replace the bool x in here. Copy. Divide by 2. Okay. So that will throw this in there. Let's see. So if our filters are greater than 1%, then we'll get bool x to be good. And then I want to, let's see, set for x compost quantity. Okay, so then that's going to be another latch that we're going to need. Okay, so that's going to be our bool x. This is going to be load into compost quality, or quantity, the quantity, and then set greater than. Okay, so this is going to be a bool y. And then once we've got that, we're going to have to do one of these little AND functions. Okay, so that's bool x, bool y, do the AND, and then set this based off of our bool latch. And then set this one off of our bool latch as well. Okay. And then I think it should be fine to reuse these because I am resetting them like every single time. So I think it should be fine. And it's basically like the same code, just looking at different things. Okay, so we will confirm, see if we get like an error or anything. Hopefully not. I guess we're good. Wonderful. All right. Oh, I could tell this to give me the average of the nitrogen filters. Let's see, bool filter divide. There we go. So then this will be set into dB into setting filter 1. And then let's see, do I have that down here too? I don't. I took it out. Okay, good. Confirm export. There we go. And then that gives us 100%. And they are both at 100%, so that is good to go. All right, so that is working. And then, oh, whoops, I keep hitting the export button. We will take this out. No need to, you know, waste that. Okay, so fuel. I still have to do like the fuel making in here. So that'll be another thing too. Do we do the water making before or after the fuel making? Doesn't matter. I don't think so. Okay, so with this, we have the combustor, at least, and this filter. So those two things are now automated based on the pressure in there. What are you doing? We're giving it issues. Okay, so it's trying to send in. Okay, so then we're gonna take a look at our bool latch and see what that's set to. So set db setting bool latch. You know, it's setting a 0. So why is it trying to? Am I missing something here? Because it's trying to active. Oh, that's why it's looking at varx. Okay. Bool latch. Okay. So active end. Yep. Okay, that could have potentially ended badly, but that should fix that. Yep, good to go. All right, sweet. So there is that, I guess. So we've got our next stage automated. So we've got our composter, active vent, nitrogen filter automated based on what we have put in here. And then we have the combustor and the steam filter based on the pressure of fuel in here. So if there is pressure in there, this will be running, basically. So we're pretty much always going to be making water, which is kind of what we want. And then it's going to be interesting, I think. And 372. Okay, so that's fine. This is at 373. Okay, so then we're going to want to pump this into here, because that is now down at the proper temperature. And then once that's done, that will now work to cool this down. And this is when we're getting a little bit of extra heat in here, because it's now cooling that off using the room itself. All right. Good. Looks like we're picking another potato. All right, let's do one last check on our immortal ferns here. And they are all immortal. They are not taking any kind of damage yet. They've been there for a very long time, and they're just like sitting there producing oxygen. Like forever. When our power is very, very low right now. Like very, very low right now. Like scarily low right now. Like we should do something about this low right now. So otherwise that's going to turn everything off, and that would just be bad because it'll raise the temperature in there. Okay, so we're at 53% and dropping still. Okay, so I think I might have to see what I have this thing set to. And we might have to just kind of keep everything at 75% plus. Because, I mean, these batteries are fine, right? But those ones in there, those are not fine. So I need to get... Either I have to run another line through here. Or just, you know, send a signal on this line, I suppose. Or the charge line, I suppose. No, I don't think that would work. Yeah, no, I don't think that would work. Okay. So let's just do a quick check here. And we'll adjust our percentages. And see if that's going to do... Oh, I'm going to need the laptop. Lappy toppy. Because these are, like, very, very low. But then again, like, there's much less capacity in here than out there. And so then that might be part of the issue too. Okay. So I'm going to borrow this real quick. Hopefully you don't mind. I'm going to import from here. All right. And I gotta remember what I did over here. Okay, so big LED, LED bigly. Let's see, charge, power potential, setting charge rate. Load batch charge average, checking that, doing that. Okay, setting this stuff. Charge rates. Oh, there we go. Okay, so super low charges at 40. We're gonna make that at, yeah, we gotta change these up a little bit. Okay, so solid generator. Yeah, we're gonna set this up to 50 and then set super low charge. Wait, hold on. Okay, so that was at 25. This is at 40. Wait, hold on. Okay, so if our Oh, this is the upper limit. Okay, so we're gonna make this like 75, and then we're gonna check this one at 65, and we'll turn this off at like 85. I think that should work. We'll set this up to like 70 or something. Yeah, that'll work. Confirm, export, don't break. Okay, now that just turned everything on because, well, we're super low power. So that is now on, pumping out stuff. And we should be getting in a ton of power. Yep. All right. Now, this is mostly going to charge those batteries over there. Because I think the way that the charging works is it sends most of the charge to the lowest thing first. I don't know what the rules are behind that yet. Okay, so then with us getting up above 50%, the solid generator turned off, which it is now off. Okay, and now our Stirling generator is still on. So that is producing a fair amount of power. So we went from 36,585 to 16,575. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, so at least like the lights are working, so that's good. And provided this is sending power to the right place, I think we'll be okay. But we need like, I don't know, better power management options. Like what they have in the game is great. Like it's more than most games have, but compared to real life, I mean, there's not enough in here. All right, and then this is pulling off of this. Okay, so we're at 826 kilopascals in there, 111 degrees, good. Let's see how much stuff we have. 6.98 megapascals. Okay, so it's about 10 seconds to drain 0.01 megapascals. So that should last 6,980 seconds, which is 100 minutes, over an hour of just continuous use. So that's cool, right? And then of course, if we don't have, you know, the fuel or the, well, I mean, this is going to be constantly adding more in there though, because we're constantly going to be pushing more. Well, once this is working properly, it'll constantly be making water, which means it'll constantly be pushing super hot gases in there. And then this guy needs to fill up quite a bit. So, and then, ooh, that is like dead, all the way dead. Huh. Yeah, we're gonna need a lot of And then what is this being powered by? Oh, that could be a problem. Power management. There you go. Okay, so it's lasting a little bit longer. A couple of beeps. At least it was. I think it's dying now. Yeah, it's like a couple of beeps and then it dies again. Okay, so a lot of this stuff I don't know if we need running. Yeah, like this doesn't need to be on because I'm not actually using this for making water at the moment. So we can probably turn that off, probably turn that off. And I'm taking damage now because I'm thirsty. And then I don't know if we're going to need that yet. I'm not sure. Of course, this is turbo pump pumping that. Oh, okay, I see what's going on. 37.6 megapascals. Okay. So we'll turn this off. I don't think that needs to be on right now. That's probably fine too. All right. Now with that off, we're actually picking up a little bit of charge in here. Okay, so that's good. And then this will be filling up, I'm assuming. Yeah. All right, that'll be fine. And then like all of this stuff, like I don't need any of this on because I don't think I'm using it for anything. So that can all just turn off. Of course, that is what helps that stay on. So do I need that? I don't know. Okay, well, I don't know. I'll have to figure something else out. I need to get the status of these things onto a memory IO thing, whatever, logic, and then send that over to here so I can read it. We're up to 52% now, so that's decent. All right, so let's go and not die, and hopefully our power will sort itself out eventually. Okay, so that can go there, that can go there. We'll just drink real quick so that way it stops complaining at me. There we go. All right, and we're gonna hop in here in the video, and that'll be pretty much it for this one. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed. And if you did, hopefully you'll join me for the next one. Actually, hold on, let me... do I want to put myself into cryo? I could put myself into cryo. Oh, and I need to throw this into there, and then take off my little backpack, throw it in there, get into the cryo tube, and there we go. And then we go to sleep. All right, so that is going to be it for this video. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed, and if you did, hopefully you'll join me for the next one. But until then, have a good one.